Hey everybody, it's Barry Kleiman. So today I was reading a post by a friend of mine, a person I like quite a bit actually, and he was talking about the fact that he hates um, inspirational quotes. He really prefers more to deal with real time action items, and I agree. So I say that as I have just thrown at you lots of quotes from training camp, quotes that are from people whose lives and accomplishments I admire, but I tried to not so much use them as inspiration, which of course they are supposed to be inspiration, but also to back it up with the reason why I used it. You see on the title card of this video, tools change, but architecture remains. So what does that mean? There are certain things that are evergreen, right? They apply to almost all of us almost all of the time. What I endeavored to do with all the exercises from training camp was to take these quotes from others, and are they inspirational? They are, I hope, but they're also informative, and then provide anecdotal kind of commentary, story, and ask you, of course, to contribute your own 2 cents, take action based on the quote or the concept behind the quote. Putting them all together as I did with Jay Z and Helen Keller is talking about nothing's worse than not having vision. Having sight is terrible. Not having vision is the worst. And try to take all of these geniuses, these giants, and put you up on their shoulders and take not just their ethos, not just their wisdom, but also ask you to apply yourself to the wisdom. The quotes are based on things that I think are critical pieces of architecture for your own foundation. I know they worked for me for my own foundation for moving forward. And Tony Robbins and Isaac Newton and Keith Cunningham, even smart people do dumb things, and Tony Morrison and all these people. But again, you were asked. I was hoping that you would then contribute yourself and some of your own reactions to these quotes, so you could have an understanding of the architecture needed for vision, right? For thinking tiny, thinking small wins, thinking writing things down, becoming familiar with yourself, believing in yourself. Don't have fuzzy ideas of things that need to be clear, and then understand what principles are. A gentleman named Ray DeLeo wrote an entire book on principles. They matter. So this was the infrastructure, right? This was the foundation. Yes, there were quotes, but they're there to remind you of the importance of what the quote represented, and so that you could build an architecture for yourself, an understanding and a belief, so that you could then move forward. Because it's just about to get real. That was training camp. It was quotes and theoretical, and there'll be more quotes. But now we're going to kind of hit the street and understand what happens when you go out and play this game. And it is never easy. I'm not pretending it is. Anybody who tells you it is full of it. It's work, right? And so, last time, what I hope to do with all the quotes and the exercises that were involved in training camp is to help you understand these pieces of your architecture, that if you put them together, you would have an unassailable structure underneath you. That picture that's on the screen is of the Parthenon. My years might be off, but I think the Parthenon was built in 400 AD. And the photo that you see is from 1980 something, I think. So it's a lot of years later, this thing sustained rain, sleet, snow, hail, bombings, enemy invasions, all of these things, because of its structure. It's noted for having all these different pillars. And that's what the Parthenon is, multiple pillars holding up this building. It's an architectural wonder. The idea for me to put it there was to explain to you that I wanted to help you be your own architectural wonder and be so rooted in your principles and believing in yourself and understanding the importance of writing and clarity and all the things we talked about in training camp. Because now um, life is ready to throw pop quizzes at us all. And if you're foundationally sound, if your architecture is strong, you will deal with them far better than just willy nilly and running around in panic mode every time the wind blows. Speaking of which, it's blowing really, really hard here. So, up next, I'm going to have the great Maya Moore. Maya Moore, I've never met Maya, but she's going to, her ethos and what I've learned about her and the way that she dealt with success and winning. Her story is unbelievable, but she's going to run pregame, and it's her ethos and what she believes has to happen. And we'll talk about all that. But again, the architecture from training camp, go back and review it and take it with you and work with it again and keep your notebook and keep working on yourself and your architecture. You'll never, ever, ever regret it. Pep talk, yes. Inspirational quotes, sure. But every one of those quotes had an action item. My hope is that you'll take the action. Okay. Catch you when pregame starts in the next module. Thanks.